Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to another week of Grand Sport World Tour racing. This week we are at Brands Hatch. We were doing 21 laps at Brands Hatch. Actually, 20, I guess, if you don't count this pace lap. Let's go on over to the starting grid. I think we have. Hope that we have enough time. Geez, yes, we do. Starting first, our Flight 602, Wagonator in second, Jansen's in third, Team Reedy fourth, Schlepplock fifth, Crafty Budman sixth, Stat Trashman, One Big Man, Taken Tripod in ninth, Springa in 10th, 110 Octane 11th, Demon Child 12th, Strife 67, 13th, Basic Black, Optimizer, Sedlum, Fusion 14 7th, Wildman CB in 18th, Rob Love Cars, and Patriot 01 in 20th. As we are actually coming around to the final corner here. That would be Clark Curve, as we are about to start this race, and here we go. I got to take a guess on, I think the lap times are about minute 35 on average, so I'm going with that. So I set my little timer as we head down into Druids for the first time. Sorry, I'm babbling away. Things seem to be hunky-dory so far as we round down into Graham Hill. Flight still leading the pack. No major dramas thus far as they head into Surtees. Turn 4. Let's go back a little further in the pack where stuff usually happens as cars are a little bunched closer together. We are with Crafty Budman at the moment as he is making a move on One Big Man. Spring, I believe. I believe that was Spring, actually. As they head around Dingledell. Good close racing so far. My drink this week, yes. Sorry, I know I'm always apologizing, but I'm a little out of it this week. Spent all day putting down laminate flooring for a friend, and I am wiped. So yes, as we cross the start-finish line, finish the first lap. Down through Paddock Hill Bend, turn 1. All is very, very orderly so far. Yes, as I was saying, drink camp. Now that the cold is finally subsided, I'm able to drink again, finish my meds, so here we go. Cheers. Go back a few places to 110 Octane in his Camaro. This week, Sierra, who is not running, has a 5% horsepower penalty. That will carry on to the following race. One Big Man 43 has a 5 horsepower penalty, as does Team Reedy. So their success ballast should not a huge amount of straights on this, but it's obviously going to affect them. Any horsepower differential is gonna hurt you a bit, but this track not as huge, I don't feel, as there are a couple of straights, but it's more twisties than straight. We'll head back up the order a bit and see what Schlepprock is up to. Schlepprock and his BMW. See, bring up the driver's list here so I know exactly what driving. I can't tell just by looking. That is the 08 BMW M3 that Schlepprock is running. And No, my memory's not that good. That I'm never going to remember that. Sorry. Wagonator currently running third. I do believe that's where Yan Sansan started, if memory serves me correct. Let's actually pull up that starting grid. That'd be handy to have, like, just kind of laying around. Starting grid, there it is. Put our rope in, so it's sinking good. Technology, it's wonderful. There we go. So I can get a quick on the view. Yeah, Wagonator started second. That puts Yansan into second. Good on Yansan. Obviously missed that pass. Yansan, of course, running that 2015 Lexus RC F. Bit of a gap between him and Flight. So we'll pop on back to one big man. One big man started 8th and is currently running 12th. Very, very wide as he went on through Graham Hill. I'm actually going to bring up the track map over here. I got too many things going on my laptop screen. Oops. Let's spell it right first. Brands Hatch. You'd think I'm a huge fan of British Touring Car. If you've never seen it, you got to watch it. It is absolutely fantastic racing. Anyway, they go to Brands Hatch twice a year, do 3 races per weekend there. The first race is always the club course, the short course, and the end of the season is the full F1 circuit. But it's fantastic racing around here in those cars. Currently running 14th, Strife. Strife running that 2016 Ford Shelby GT 350R. Having connection problems. If anybody watched the qualifying, he was hopping all over the place. It doesn't look too bad right now. Looks like his connection has definitely settled down. And he is right behind Basic Black. As he was going to look on the inside, no, he's staying, just staying behind at this point. Not sure. It wouldn't be a good place to pass through Hawthorne. I think he's just content staying behind at the moment. Looking up the inside on Clark Curve, and it has gotten past. Good pass. So they head down into Paddock Bend, Hill Bend. I think Strife is looking on the inside as Strife went a little wide. I meant Basic Black, sorry. Strife is looking on the inside of Strife. That's some good commentating. That's why I get paid the big bucks. Strife a little wide, but Basic Black is not able to capitalize on that. Not close enough. As they head around Surtees. Not sure when we'll start to see pit stops. Probably about halfway, I'm guessing. Maybe you might see somebody come in early just for strategy wise, but Strife is now putting a little bit of distance between him and Bison back, so we'll pop on up a little further to go to 10th place with Demon Child. Demon Child currently running 10th. He is right behind Trash Man. Well, not right. It's weird. The weird camera angles kind of mess with you. Oh, very wide through clearaways. Oh, and a little drift there as he comes down in Hillwood Hill. If you're looking back to British Touring Car again, if you're looking for a taste of the excitement, the last weekend, the last 3 races of the final weekend of the season last year in 2015, absolutely by far some of the best racing I've seen. The championship came down to basically the last corner, well, the last lap of the last race. It was won by 1 point, and I'm not going to give away any more than that, but absolutely fantastic. Bit of a gap here, so we'll pop on up to 7th place with Springer. Springer following behind Schleprock. Looks like something, a little bit of action there with 110 Octane. And, oh, Trashman and 110 Octane. Trading positions. As they go through Druids. Side by side. 2 wide. Woo! I like it. Oh, 110. Got a little squirrely and almost ended up in the side of Trashman. Let's see, we're currently on lap 7 by my count. So at any point soon, anytime now, we'll be seeing pit stops, I'm quite sure. Especially, like I say, the people that are trying to do strategy. I was having problems with my audio earlier as well, where it was making god-awful noises, so hopefully I've gotten that sorted out now. If I go to emergency commercial break, you know what's going on. Well, looks like Trashman's pulled out on 110, so we'll pop on up to... Oh, we've missed something else. Yan San San is back in 3rd. Wagonator has taken 2nd back from him. And that is Team Reedy all over Yan San San's rear end as well. And Trashman's not that far away either, so this could shape up to be a good little battle here. We'll stick with this for a little bit. Quite sure I'll miss something else going on in the back of... It'd be nice if you know, and again, I'm wishing that, you know, Turn 10 would actually do something to help the few of us that actually broadcast shit like this. But if there was like, oh, car very wide, I think that was Roblov's cars. I think he's being lapped. I could be wrong. Whoa! Looks like we have our first disconnect of the night. If that car is still there on the way back around, then we definitely our first disconnect. As I was saying, it'd be nice if they had like a row along the bottom or something like that, or down the side of, you know, just a couple of different cars throughout the race that you could, you know, just kind of keep an eye on. If there's something good going on in those little frames down along the bottom, then you could switch over to them quick, and it would, you know, you could, oh, you know, somebody's about to pass somebody, and switch over to that really quick. But anyway, I'm dreaming. I guess at this point, all I could really hope for is that they put the laps back up on the screen for us. Team Reedy just all over the back of Yan Zan Zan's bumper. I don't think I've gone over the standings yet either, so once we have a lull in the action, probably will happen when everybody starts pitting, that I'll go flash up the current point standings. Yan Zan Zan's making a move on Wagonator. Has to fall back in behind. As it come around to complete yet another lap. Lap 10 by my count, on lap 10. Into Druids, or heading into Druids. Definitely shaping up to be a really good battle. I think that's, yeah, that's Crafty Budman back. Oh, there's a little bump in. Team Reedy makes the pass on Yan Zan Zan for third place. We'll pop up to Team Reedy then. See if he can make a push on the Wagonator. As I was saying, we have Crafty Budman coming up as well. He's going to try and make this four-way battle. And with these guys battling together, for possibly slowing each other down a bit, that might give him an opportunity to get into the mix as well. I love the livery on that Team Reedy's car. Yan Zan Zan jumps into the pits. Imagine after losing that position, I think he's going to try and do something strategic here and get some clear air. Put a couple fast laps in and hope to leapfrog either one or both of these cars. Reedy is on a charge. He's on Wagonator's butt already. Is he going to try and make a pass into Hawthorne? It's, like I say, not a good place to pass. But he kind of looks up the inside, but he's not close enough. Here at Westfield Bend might be a good spot. But he's, again, too far back. Looks like that car certainly has the top end, straight line speed. as they go through Sterling's Bend, turn 8. And around Clark Curve. Whoa, liberal on that pit entrance. Crafty jumps in right behind him as well. So we will pop on back to 9th with Taken Tripod. And there's a little battle going on behind him as well, so we're actually going to pop back to one big man as he has 110 Octane and Demon Child behind him. I think the battle between Demon Child and 110 is probably a little closer, so we'll just pop back one more car and keep an eye on that as we complete just about to complete lap 12. Certainly nice to be able to have a drink during something other than water or tea during these broadcasts. Looks like 110 has a bit of damage in the front ends, or nothing major, but it's probably just a rub at some point. Demon Child falling back a little bit, and one big man, I do believe, has passed Taken Tripod. He has. Again, one big man's running that 5 horsepower penalty for being so good. And looks like 110 is looking to pass Tripod as well, so we'll pop back again. I believe we missed it, but I think Tripod jumped into the pits, so yeah, that was all for naught. So we'll pop on down, further down in the field to 14th with Optimizer. Currently running 14th in that Subaru. The Subaru WRX STI. Again, Asahi, great beer. Another good one was Kieran. Can't get it around here, unfortunately, but I went to Japan for a week and quickly picked up on the Kieran. Whoa, little wiggle there. Quickly picked up on Kieran as by far my favorite that I drank while I was there. Optimizer currently running 13th. That is because Tripod went to the pits. Back to 17th then with Fusion. Not too far behind Wildman. Might be able to make that up. '19th, currently running 19th, Rob Love Cars. I believe that was Wagonator passing them. Little news here. Team SRN Motorsports. We ran the 6 hours of Watkins Glen yesterday. Yesterday. Actually, we tried to run it at first thing in the morning. Whoa, nice drift by Rob Love Cars. We tried to run it yesterday morning, but we got taken out on the pace lap. Yes, the pace lap. So we ended up having to run the afternoon race. We were in the top split both times, but I don't know what it was night and day between the two races. Like the first one would have been fantastic because there was a lot of really fast teams in there. But the second race that we were in, there was one team that we would have had a good battle with, but they got taken out early. But anyway, long story short, after the end of 6 hours, we were first, and we had put at least one lap on our entire class. We were first in class. Sorry, we were running the rough C-spec. But yeah, we came on the podium. Good times. Currently watching the battle between Crafty Budman and Yan San San. Doesn't look like Yan San San's early pit worked out quite the way he was possibly hoping that it would. By my count, we're currently on lap 16, so about 4 laps to go. Crafty Budman started 6th, so he's moved up 2 positions. As Yan San San has gotten past him, I missed that. I was looking at my other screen, but Yan San San's gone wide, able to hold that position though. Quite sure we'll see Crafty possibly take a look in going into Westfield Bend. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of actually passing going into Westfield Bend. It's an awkward corner, so I could see it because it's pretty flat out. I could see why people wouldn't. I think the major overtaking spots here would probably be Druids, Graham Hill, possibly Surtees. Those 3 turns 2, 3, and 4. Maybe Clark Curve, turn 9, but all the other corners are just these weird, like they're either high speed or they're kind of a weird angle going in. You're kind of off balance going into some of them, like Dingledale Corner, turn 7 would be one of those. And again, Westfield Bend, because it's pretty, it's what about a 45 degree, if you just look at the track map, about a 45 degree turn. But it's pretty high speed going into it, and the way you have to cut through would not leave any sort of opening open. Going to take a moment because we haven't given Flight any airtime whatsoever, and he's currently running first and has been the whole race. It kind of looks like he's running by himself, but we gotta we gotta give the guy in first place a little bit of love here. And I'll try and pop back to him in another couple laps as well as he finishes. It's kind of a nice shot. You can see all the cars going past the start-finish line off in the distance. So yes, back to Jansen. I'm going to take this opportunity as well because I haven't gotten around to it yet. Current point standings: Sierra XR8 currently in the lead with 55, followed by one big man, Team Reedy, our flight, Schleprock, Wagonator, Demon Child with 35, Wagonator with 35 as well. 1 point behind them, Trashman with 34, Jansen 31, Springa 30, 110 Octane Optimizer, Taken Tripod, Strife, and 4Cam T-Bird are your top 15. Obviously there's more cars in the field than that, but I can't fit them in that list. And I'm too lazy to make it scrolling, so tough. Back to the race. Jansen has pulled out a little bit of gap on Crafty Budman. Crafty Budman's obviously not giving up on that though. As they get past the lap car that was, I do believe, Optimizer pulling over and letting them by. Awfully sporting of him. It looked like he pulled over a little too far though. There's pulling over to let somebody pass, and then there's pulling way over to let people. Anyway. Again, tonight I'm actually trying the live stream broadcast directly into YouTube for the race. I've done it for the qualifying for the past 2 races, but let's see how this works out. Fingers crossed. Team Reedy currently running second, so he was able to get past Wagonator. I know it's old news, and I just kind of pieced it together because I'm a little slow on the update. He's got a huge gap on Wagonator. I don't need to see Wagonator in the back. I don't know if Wagonator had an off or Team Reedy's just that hard charging as he's coming up on Rob Love Cars. And a nice clean pass. As they head down through Paddock Hill Bend. So where? I kind of wasn't paying attention, but where is? Oh, there's Wagonator. He's not that. He's not. It's not a huge gap, but it's definitely a good one. Anyway, back to the Crafty Budman Jansen battle for 4th, because that seems to be about the best thing on the track so far, or at the moment. I mean, I really haven't looked, but still haven't switched positions around. So let's hop back to 7th with Springa. And this actually may be the last lap. Heavy damage on Springa's car. We'll pop up to first, see if the flight's past the start-finish line yet. do believe he has. So according to this, we are currently watching his Drivatar. Let's give a rundown on the standings then. First is our flight, followed by Team Meridian, second Wagonator, third Yansan fourth, Crafty Mudman fifth. Let's actually go to that battle. I imagine they're past the start-finish line by now. Yes, they are. Schlepprock in 6th, Springer in 7th, One Big Man 43 in 8th, 110 Octane in 9th, 10th is Dat Trash Man, 11th Demon Child, 12th Strife, 13th Optimizer, 14th Taken Tripod, 15th Sedlum. Have we seen Sedlum at all this race? No, we haven't. My apologies, Sedlum. There's your car, Sedlum. And she's a beaut. Uh, 16th Fusion. That is Fusion right behind him too. Patriot 17th. Wildman 18th. Rob Love Cars 19th. Basic Black running up the field. Eventually time out here, I'm quite sure. I see he's switched over to the or is he already always in the Austin Martin? I'm not sure. I'm not, well, I'll admit it, I don't really keep up with all the goings on in the series. I really should, but again, I'm lazy and reading, you know, I gotta read that stuff. Anyway, somebody wants to make me bullets of stuff that happens during the week in the chat that's newsworthy. Thumbs up. There we go. I would appreciate that. Then it would give me something to talk about without me having to go through and filter everything. Because I kind of skim stuff, but I don't really read it. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe they're still racing. No, they can't be. It's funny that the end timer is just so long. I'd give it maybe, you know, a minute, but I don't know what it's set to, but it's awfully long. I feel like an idiot just sitting here. I feel even more of an idiot if they were still actually racing. But I'm pretty sure they're driver tires at this point. Look at Wagonator's drive tire. Everywhere. You know it's a good race when there's cones everywhere. It means they were trying. Oh, Wagonator's Drivatar is caught up to Team Regis Drivatar. And there we go. The race is finally... Or the Drivatar race is finally over. All right. So let's go look at those results. And it's out of order. Hooray. Anyway, I went through it anyway earlier, just before the race. Flight, obviously, won that one. Followed by Team Reedy. I'm doing this off the top of my head. Wagonator, Jansen San, and Crafty Budman. That's, I think then it was Springer. Anyway, off the top of my head, that was the best I could do. Next week, we are at the Nürburgring GP circuit. It's a night course, so that will be interesting to broadcast. Not sure how well that will work in the dark. I know on the forums I said that I wouldn't be around, but then I realized I don't have the Monday off. That's an American holiday, not a Canadian holiday. Our holiday is the Friday. So I should, knock on wood, be here for that race. That'll be 12 laps in the dark. Same time as always. Can't think of anything else new. So I will leave it at that. Have a great week, everybody, and we will see you at Nürburgring. Have a good night.